Hello, everyone, and welcome to Tales Held Dear. We're very excited to be back here. We are a group of Berlin's friendliest and most RPG-loving role players, improvisers. There's other RPG-loving improvisers in Berlin. We don't want to pretend that we're the most RPG-loving, but we're here for you today.
I'm ready to compete.
Are we competing? No.
In loving
We're competing for friendliness levels.
Yeah. Who can be the most friendly?
We are such good friends.
Yeah. You should absolutely keep an eye out for the other role players in Berlin, though. You can collect them all if you try really hard. You can get the whole set. We're very excited to be here after a couple of weeks of other programming. We had some live shows, and I don't think we really have any announcements at the moment.
Well, we do have a date for our next live show.
Yes.
Yeah.
2 months from now.
Yeah, we'll remind you, but December 15th, put in your calendars now at 800A in Wedding in Berlin. We're going to be doing our live show again. It's not Numenera. It's a different thing. It's kind of a D&D inspired improv show.
Yeah.
It's going to be a lot of fun.
You get
giant dice.
this big, bigger than my head. What's that rule of, like, if any energy source is bigger than your head, don't try to consume it? Tell me the D20. It's from the evil... Okay, enough banter. We'll talk about it later.
I wasn't going to try and eat the die, by the way.
I was.
Okay.
Because I want the power. Okay, we are delighted for you to be here. We're stepping into chapter 2 of our world of Dios, which is our world based on the Numenera setting. And this is a game that runs on the Cypher system from Monte Cook Games. It uses one 20-sided die and a D6 usually. As the challenges come up, if you're still learning how the game works along with us, we will help you out with it.
We all know the rules perfectly now.
We do.
So when I ask Jacob about the rules during the game, it's for the viewer.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
And when I
Also
take
that.
time to silently look in the manual on my computer here, it's also for the viewer.
Please, if there is something wrong or something good with the audio, write us.
Yeah. In fact, if there's something good, write us. The other thing is, we didn't go around and introduce ourselves. Everyone has a little card that is their character name, but I'll start. I'm Jacob, and I'm your DM.
I'm Ratan. I play Wiki Snaps.
I'm Tetiana, and I'm playing Ruta Laskava.
I'm Carl, and I'm playing Dale.
And I'm Marijne, and I'm playing Cornelius.
Hooray! Okay, without further ado, we're going to jump right into it. We step into chapter 2. It is the day after an intense amount of activity when Ruta arrived to town, was attacked on her way. Cornelius, with his fiancée Emerald, was planning for some big festival. Dale was tracking down pigs, and Victor was realizing that the poetry that he'd written had inspired a whole band of dissidents to try to do some sort of protest at...
Base fucker.
Yeah, some sort of pig-based fuckery.
I think you can call it terrorism. I think
It was... Then terrorists showed up at the event, right?
Okay.
So there was a like a protest movement that was going to happen, and then terrorists showed up at the event, and
It's always the way, isn't it?
And like someone let the pigs out.
And who would do something like that?
who let the pigs out? Sorry. And so there was a big amount of chaos in the center of the Respiratorium, which is an enormous like sphere building on the side of the little hill that Sildefen, the city that we're based in, is located. And there were these weird plant-based cyclops creatures that were in some sort of stasis in there, and a bolt from this power source, the shock stone, cut across the room and damaged them, but everybody got a vision from one of these as it was sort of giving its last gasp of why it had held on to its life for so long. And this vision included feeling of what it was like to be in the world network of the life that these creatures came from in a previous age, many, many hundreds of thousands or millions of years ago. We don't know.
Of like intelligent plant-based life.
Yes, intelligent plant-based life, because Dios is a world in which the bones of one civilization are the building material of the next one, and this has been going on for as long as we know. This is what we call the ninth world, and so everybody sort of knows all of the pieces of technology, all of everything that we find and use is repurposed from previous ages that have worked and reworked all of the material of our world. And just at the very end of our session, there was a conversation between Victor Snaps, or should I say Miski Phaser, and Torath Haggis, a long-time childhood friend who was in town from my land. My land was one of the enemies in a war that ended 5 years ago, and you had a conversation in Victor's room, or in Miski's room, and Torath said, I'm bringing you home.
And yeah, I can't believe you're doing this to me. I thought like we were best friends. Where's that loyalty gone?
This is loyalty. I'm bringing you home. You've been away from home for so long.
You know what's going to happen if you take me home.
Your mother's gonna smother you in hugs?
No, I'm going to be like a prisoner there, essentially.
You can do great things.
I'm doing great things here.
I read your work. It's beautiful stuff and very inspiring. Honestly, I think there's the essence of the symbiosis is in there. And he says this, the symbiosis. This is a philosophy that Myland has of Myland focuses a lot of its energy on the natural world and how can we work with the natural world, and the symbiosis is part of it. It is part of this idea of like we live in this difficult, potentially broken world, but how do we survive with it, and really ground ourselves in it. And he says your writing, it's so vivid and beautiful, and we know also your power is what you've trained, and that's why you were sent out, and you need to come home to continue your work.
Yeah, I mean, they're going to just stick me in a lab and like make me continue to like research Numenera, which I don't want to be doing. I want to sit here and write poetry. Like you said, it's been productive for me. Like I think this is what I'm meant to be doing, Torath.
But this is the thing. You can write your poetry here to the people here who don't. What they appreciate it. You're a nice voice, or you can come home and you can be a leader. You can be a philosophical leader. You can take this a step further, and you can really inspire people.
And see, this is the thing that I don't understand. Every time someone says leaders and movements, it always ends up with someone like you pointing a gun at someone like me.
Yeah. I care about you.
Friend, Torath, like you shouldn't be doing this.
I am your friend, but I thought this was shared between us. We had something bigger.
Yeah, what? Like what? I mean, I don't know. I was never that political. Like I thought like our friendship overrided ideology.
I don't see how it's possible to disconnect our friendship and how we grew up and what that means to each other from the philosophy.
So like all those times we'd go on vacations in the countryside, like jump into lakes and have picnics afterwards, those were about ideology for you?
It's a way of life.
Okay, I don't think I'm getting through to you. Like, do what you have to do. I'm not going to resist.
Okay, good. Makes it easy for me. Get whatever you need and let's go.
Can I leave a note to like people who might come to investigate?
I would like you to make me, this is going to be some sort of stealth roll. Let's use speed for this.
Okay.
And you can use effort if you want. And the target is going to be, let's call it a difficulty 15.
Okay. I think I'll use some speed effort to
Yeah.
lower that down to a
Great.
12. 10.
10.
Okay, no note.
Do you have experience to re-roll if you want?
I do. Yeah, why not? I'll try once more. Oh, 15.
15.
It's funny how DM just didn't accept the role. Like, do better.
Just reminding you, hey, I want you to succeed, but it costs you resource to do it. So,
I'm down to 2 speed.
yeah. Also, it's worthwhile for me to remind you of what your options are. So, what do you write in this note?
So I don't know that Tetiana is hot on my trail.
You actually at some point you rolled a good insight check.
Huh.
We were like, I was sussing you,
Yeah,
and you were sussing me.
Okay,
And like,
there was some like
Yeah.
notion of like, okay, some quality there. Okay, cool. I mean, I don't know. I'll just say it like, as far as people know, I'm a Sildefenian citizen who's being kidnapped by Mylandian agents. So I'm like, you know, kidnapped by Torotagus from my land against my will.
I am. This is what you say.
Betrayed by my best friend. Smile. I mean, pure
Sad
face.
emoji.
No.
Wait a minute. I thought we were best friends.
Double betrayal. A lot of betrayal in
I-
this episode. Wait. So what exactly are you writing?
I'm writing that I've been kidnapped by Torotagus, held from my land, and I'll leave with the part of my best friend because I don't want that to reveal too much.
Okay.
And I'll just slip it under like a statue I have on the mantelpiece.
Cool, great. So you pack a little bit of stuff, and he waits for you, and then you leave. You go down. Do you say bye to Stossel at the bar?
I pointedly don't.
Okay.
I make it very clear that
Yeah.
I'm sort of like acting against my will. I don't think Toth is trying to like convince me to act naturally and things. So I'm just like he tries to make eye contact, he smiles, waves. I
Yeah.
don't, and I walk away.
Yeah. And you head outside. He has a walker out there. Tells you to get in, and as you're getting in, there's the wind shifts. You know that storm sensation? This is, the storm stone was open. It was the largest piece of power source that not you've ever seen, because there's some flying machines that Myland has and some other pieces in labs that are enormous and incredibly active energy sources. But this was certainly one of the biggest natural seeming energy sources that you'd seen. And it was open and it discharged in that room. There's still an electricity lingering in the air, and there is like a of thunder, and you can feel the wind shift, and a rain starts to come down, and Toroth is letting you in the vehicle, and shit, okay, well, that's gonna slow us down a little bit. Let's go.
Oh, I have one question. So like, has he searched me?
No?
Oh, so I still have my dart thrower on me then.
If you would have taken it, yeah, he said, grab your stuff.
Yeah.
You get in the vehicle, there's a driver and another guy sitting in
Okay.
the vehicle, this like, sort of like bigger guy,
Okay.
kind of Cornelius's size and stature.
Yeah.
And then you head off. Let's cut over to Cornelius. We'll get to you. You had a conversation with Emerald recently. Let's cut to Dale and Ruta. I don't know what exactly is going on with either of you. You took an evening to sleep, and now this storm is rolling in. You can watch it coming in. It's approaching the city. This is all happening kind of simultaneously.
How many hours has it been since I put that tracer on Captain Incel? What was his name again?
Did you put it on him or did you put it on?
That's right.
I think you put it on one of the
of his-
environmental activists.
Yeah, Ridley. Yeah.
You didn't put it on Ridley.
No, but on one of his boys.
No, I think you put it on one of the pig guys.
Oh, that's not what I think happened.
Oh, okay.
I think it was also one of the.
It was one of Ridley's guys? Ah,
Yeah,
great.
yeah.
Perfect.
So it lasts
Shift
for
that.
28 hours.
Okay, yeah. It's been about like, I don't know, how long did you sleep? Like 10 hours or
Oh,
so.
I mean, at his age now, like 6 probably.
Okay.
Yeah.
But did you go back out to the animal shelter and back into town?
Oh, yeah. So all told, probably 10 hours. or
Yeah,
something. Yeah.
breakfast and...
So 18 hours later. And the plan was for us two to
Mm-hmm.
get on that.
Cool.
And we know nothing about Victor.
Not yet, no.
Okay.
So you're looking into that.
I'm trying to. I don't know how the technology works exactly. Oh, it's a wristband. Okay, so
Yeah.
basically the wristband tells me.
You have like there's like a watch face almost, and it's sort of a crystal piece, and it has this sort of glow. It almost looks like it catches the sun and has a sun refraction on the edge, but as you turn, that sun refraction moves, and there's no sun, there's clouds moving in right now. And so you can see that as you move, it brightens.
I imagine in that watch there is like a little partner of that beetle who is just like facing direction, like the beetle.
Little love hearts coming off it.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah. I want to. Can I tell how far away and what direction this
Seems to be somewhere in the city.
Okay.
Like once you get back into the city, it starts to move, and you can
Okay.
tell it's down toward the base of this city.
Obviously want to quickly check in on the animal shelter. It's been a minute, and make sure everything is going according to plan, and that that Robin, my intern, is managing okay.
Hey, been a day.
Yep.
Looks harried, covered in stains and stuff. But I think I'm good. I mean, are you going? What?
I got a little rescue mission I gotta undertake.
Okay. Oh, do you bring like 30 pigs there?
Wait, do I have all the pigs?
What we could say that they were looking for a place for them. So
Because there was definitely one. We had one pig.
yeah.
We can't take 30 pigs.
Okay.
But I would have. Something would have had to have happened with them.
Yeah. Well, they found a warehouse.
Okay.
They could put them in, and they have them under guard.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
How's that one Barbarissa doing that I brought here?
Oh, fine. Just hungry. It's a hungry little
Yeah,
fella.
they eat a lot.
Yeah.
How's our stores looking? How's our?
Oh, we're good. We're good. It seems like a storm is rolling in, but yeah, I got to get some of the animals in. So.
Hey, you're doing great work here, buddy. I know.
Thanks.
I ain't been around so much recently. I got a lot going on. You know, I got papers to sign. I got friends in trouble.
Oh no.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
awful.
I won't bore you with the details, but there's a lot going on right now.
Hey, you've done so much for me. If there's anything I can do for you, just let me know. Look, I gotta say, when I first took this internship, I thought like, oh, this is gonna not be for me, but I've really warmed up to it, and yeah. So I don't know. I feel like, yeah, it's inspiring, and when it's over, I'm gonna really be thinking about, do I want a future like this? Like, could I follow in your footsteps? But I don't know. I think in my program there's a couple more things they want to pair me up with before I make a decision.
I mean, you got a real way with the animals. I got to say, they're really warm to you.
Yeah.
You seem like a natural. But as you can see, I mean, this is not a lucrative.
Well, I didn't get
line of
bit
work.
this week yet.
You didn't?
No.
Oh well, that's progress.
Yeah, I guess so.
Awesome.
Well, hey, it's not about making money, right?
No, it's not. But just be aware, you got 5-star reviews from me all the way when I'm writing your report. I mean, you can honestly, if you want to write your own report, I'll just sign off on whatever.
Oh God, I can't do that. Really?
Yeah, it's fine. I trust you.
Well, okay. I mean.
Part of it is I don't really have time to do it, so.
Oh yeah, that's reasonable. But then it's, you know what? I just won't tell them about it. That I wrote it.
Oh no! Don't Don't do that. Then
Okay.
we both get in the shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
Okay.
Well, look, it's a good program. They're good people, but it's been great here. So,
Sweet.
I'm just gonna use my last 2 weeks here to do well.
It's only 2 weeks I got you for? Whoa, okay. All right. Well, thank you for the reminder of that. That's
Yeah.
timely. Okay.
Yeah.
Listen, I got to get going before this storm rolls in. I don't want to get too wet out there.
Yeah. Stay dry.
Okay. Thanks. It's weird. It's a weird sign off. Stay dry. Okay, yeah, I want to go and call over for Cornelius.
Yeah.
See if he's ready.
Cornelius, you had this conversation with Emerald this morning, and basically Emerald said, "Hey, I have to take over from my father, who's very, very injured and might not be able to come back. But the families here are not paying attention to what I think the real threats are, and so I could use your help." And they made that offer to you.
Yeah. And I said I think about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Is there how do people contact each other in Sildafen if you're trying to reach me?
There's
Telegram, basically, isn't it?
telegrams, yeah. But you I would assume you arranged a meeting spot.
Yeah,
Yeah.
true.
Yeah.
I'm guessing it's at the pyramid, the Queen's Pyramid,
Yeah.
the Old Faithful. So
Yeah.
I'm just sitting there with a drink, kind of hanging out.
Yeah. So you arrive there, and Stossel is there, sort of it's late morning, right? And he asks, "Hey, do you want food?"
Sure. Why
All
not?
right.
What's an offer?
Well, here, we've got the farmer's breakfast, and it's lunchtime, so we got sandwiches.
Well, farmer's breakfast sounds great.
Or do you want just a piece of bread with cheese or whatever? The farmer's breakfast is a lot of work, so.
Well, I think I'll be fine. I
Okay.
can use the energy. It sounds like I might be
Sure. Well,
around town.
I'll just go in the kitchen for a while then. He goes in the kitchen.
Cornelius feels slightly judged. He's like, I could eat that. Have you seen me? I kind of want to look around to see if, because I think if you're there, I would see if Victor's around just to see if, I'd be surprised that he's not there.
Yeah, Victor's not there. Rain is starting to come down. You come in just after the rain starts, basically.
I just want to call into Stossel, just be like, Victor's not in then, eh?
He just walked out with I don't know, someone.
Oh, okay. Well,
But weird.
weird?
Yeah, he I don't know, didn't even look at me. It's like I'm less important than that guy or something.
Huh. Well, do you know the guy?
No, I didn't never see him before.
Huh. That is weird.
Ruta, what is Ruta's plan this morning?
Okay, so in previous episode, I did go to Victor's room and I
Yeah.
did search for it, and I rolled well because I found his uniform and document. I think
Yeah.
you left it.
Yeah.
Did I find the note as well?
Yeah, so you came, we'll just wrap this up. You came, and you arrived moments before Cornelius did, and you found out that Victor was out, and you thought maybe there's more to see up there. You went up there and stepped into the room, unlocked, knock on.
I went
Door
through
open.
the window.
Oh, you went through the window. Great. You went through the window. You just climbed up and open up the window. There's a note there. It says, "Hey, I've been kidnapped." Basically, what does it say? It says, yeah.
Hey,
I wonder what it
Kidnapped.
means.
Smiley face.
Smiley face, sad face. My best friend betrayed me, sad face.
Maybe he's been a spy and he's luring me in the trap. The mastermind. Very suspicious note. Yeah.
But I also do say I've been kidnapped to be taken to my land. I think that I mentioned my land in there as well.
Yeah.
I'm like, I will take that note. And I'm gonna go, fuck! And time-wise, do I have time to drop by my place to write a report? And then I would, with this note, actually go to Dale's.
You are standing there holding it. You hear... It's hard to miss the sort of tenor of Dale and Cornelius's voices. You know how you can hear people through floors and ceilings and stuff, and you can be like, oh, that's this person. You hear them down in the bar, actually. And so you're standing there in there, and you hear them in the bar.
Okay, so Dale is there already. Okay, then I'm gonna escape through the window and come through the door like a normal person.
Yeah. Dale has just walked in and said, like, hey, hi to Cornelius. And so you guys start talking, and Ruta walks in.
Yeah, I'm gonna walk in. I look great. Like I'm wearing this makeup. Under there, I'm not looking great according to my stats. But
well, howdy, Ruta. You're looking well.
Thank you.
I would love for you to make just like it's like a concealing check. We'll use speed for it. As like a how well did you disguise just the heavy bags under your eyes?
What is the difficulty?
Oh, it's against these folks, so they get to roll for noticing it if they want.
I'll just roll. It's a 2.
A 2.
I feel like I should have some sort of disadvantage.
It's an
here,
intellect check for you guys.
because I think I'm like dazzled by
Yeah.
being attracted to her.
Yeah, so your target is a 5.
Okay.
In Cornelius, your target's a 2.
Oh, that's a 9.
A 9.
That's a 6.
Ruta doesn't look great.
So I'm looking great. My hologram works, except it shimmers and it doesn't, and like there is like a wave of it not working, and you can see just very deep eye bags, and yeah, I'm not looking great. Yeah, and maybe a blood stain because I've been patching myself.
Wow.
Hey, Ruta, how are you?
I'm gonna sit down and slide a note to you.
Ooh, okay. To him, not me.
Yeah.
Seems like an inappropriate time
I'm
to
not
use a smiley
hiding it
face.
from you, but I am hiding it from the bartender.
Okay. That's a sad smiley face.
And to look unsuspicious and like, oh my god, this morning I feel just so inspired.
Yeah, I feel inspired too.
Inspired to...
Victor's in trouble.
So we had
Well, yeah.
we had a plan to go looking for some animals. That was a little bug that I'm after, but it seems
I
like
thought we were going after the guy that you got the tracker on.
yeah, the bug. I was trying to be subtle. You ruined it. But maybe Victor would be a good addition to this search party. Maybe we should figure out where he is. What do you say?
Yeah, we should
Did you
figure
follow
out
that?
where he
Did you
is.
get what I'm
I
getting at
think they're
there?
catching
Okay,
on what we're doing here, yeah.
Okay.
So your inspiration is maybe also being inspired to go look
No,
for...
I was just trying to be subtle.
Yeah.
I was just trying to
I'm
be
trying to-
subtle.
I'm
I
trying to
don't
do it
feel
too.
inspired.
We're gonna go
I'm
find
like,
Wait, let me just try. We're gonna go...
are you trying to now be subtle?
I'm trying to be subtle.
Let's go, Cornelius. You can do this. Let's go hunt.
Yeah, it seems like we got a big, like a 2 bugs to go after.
Yeah.
And one bug's very personal to us. The other bugs, also personal in a different way, were friends with one of the bugs.
Can Stossel hear all of this? She just
Stossel comes out.
playing in glasses.
Stossel comes out of the kitchen with a heaping plate of food. He goes, if you're looking for something, also you can add to your list. There was like one of the university archives got broken into last night, and I heard that an artifact got stolen out of it. Like, you know, there was this whole thing at the Respiratorium. I don't know what happened there, but then something else. It was like last night, everybody went a little bit wild. It was dead here. I didn't make any money yesterday.
Wait, what was stolen? This is out of character.
I don't. Oh no, you don't know.
We don't know. Okay.
I don't know, but something.
University archives.
Yeah.
So someone's thesis got pinched.
No, they've got like a museum there and like artifacts and stuff. You know, various old Numenera things. But it was big to do this morning. I had some inspectors were in here for a drink.
It's another bug.
Can I have some coffee?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, make it 2.
Okay. Yeah.
While we are discussing it, I pull out a rukopis. How do you call a version of the book that is not final yet?
Draft.
Yeah.
Manuscript.
I'm pulling out a manuscript and start writing something in it. And acting like I'm just like, you know, I'm a writer. It's a chill morning, I'm writing something.
So casual.
Should we be going after the friend bug?
The friend bug.
Yeah, the 2 bugs. You got one that's a friend. One was actually my old friend, but that's a different story.
Okay, I'm starting to get confused.
Should we go after Victor?
We should go after Victor. Absolutely.
We should go after Victor.
You. What do you know about where he's? What do you know?
About Victor?
Wait, who?
No. Okay, the 2 bugs that I was describing.
Yeah.
One is Victor.
Yep.
One is the guy you tracked.
Yep.
And I don't know nothing about. I know no more than you do.
Hey, Stossel.
What?
You seen Victor today?
Yeah, he came through like, I don't know, right before you guys got here.
Right.
And he left with a guy. I'd never seen him before.
Can you describe this guy in intricate detail, please?
A little bit shorter than him, wearing nice clothes, looked like he wasn't from town.
Where did he look like he was from based on his clothes or?
I mean, I don't want to make assumptions about anybody, but he looked Mylandian.
Okay, that's helpful.
Just fucking.
And he you know, they have that collar, like design that they wear, and also I don't know. It got into a walker and they headed out.
Which direction?
I mean, I was in here. I just know that they had
Alright.
a walker parked out. You could turn a walker around in this street. Those things turn on a dime. So.
Yep. Did you get a look at the walker? Color, size, shape, style, model, make?
You know, just it sort of looked like a rental, like one of those, you know, from that company, the many-legged transport company.
MLT.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah.
Did they rebrand?
Many-legged transport?
Yeah.
To MLT.
Are they just going by MLT?
Yeah.
It's actually, they legally just changed their name to MLT, so.
Yeah, there was no legal, there was no legal, Janice was saying the legal language around the word many is, it's not precise, so they couldn't, you know, someone took them to court over, hey, 4 legs is not many, that's the minimum amount of legs you need for a walker to operate. I mean, I've gotten them running on 3.
My cousin is a walker engineer, and he was toying around with 3-legged walkers. So, but what do I know? I'm just a bartender, okay? So, look, I know they left. They went downhill. That's what I can tell you.
All right. Well, I think I know which direction they're going anyway. Probably going.
How do you know that?
Well, probably my land is the best direction. What, southwest from here?
But what?
Does
My
Victor
land.
have to do in my land?
That's not how roads work.
No, I mean their general direction.
Yeah, that's
the general.
My land is. I mean, for you geographically, you know, my land is west from here by hundreds of kilometers. It's across the entire crater, and you can't actually get there on land easily because you would have to pass through Lemuria, and then you'd have to pass through the no
So
man's
you want to go to
land.
some sort of airport?
You might go to an aerodrome.
Dale.
Yep.
Remember how Candians memorize conversations?
Yeah.
Is there anything that memorizes things that you can communicate with? I don't know, pull off like princess song and talk to the birds or something?
What?
Like, can you talk to the animals to figure out if any of the animals saw the
Not a terrible question. If anyone can talk to the animals, it's me. There are
Not a terrible question.
there are other creatures in the same phylum as Cadians who have similar abilities, but nothing on that level, and none of them are endemic to Sildafen or nothing like that. As far as or are they? Could there be like pigeons that we could interrogate?
I mean, there are
Like,
some.
we're looking for like street cameras, but birds.
Yeah.
There are some critters that are like sort of semi-conversational. They are the definition of intelligence is a really difficult one, right? But there are some that you can kind of like they're either like weird constructs that sort of pop out from various places. Like some machine underground produces them, and they like birth themselves out of mushrooms and then come hanging out around town like little squirrels or things like this. And
I did create a small menagerie, if you recall,
yeah.
but none of them have any of those.
Um,
I don't think the folding goats will be any use. In this.
Folding goats.
Yeah.
Folding goats. No. These are more like mechanical squirrels, like biomechanical squirrels. Nobody knows exactly where they come from, because you'd have to find the mechanism, and it's a subject of heated debate. But
So basically, I think we're going to have to try and find the closest airport.
yeah, there is an aerodrome. It's at the bottom of the hill. It's a big field. Rita came from there.
How long ago did they
yesterday.
leave?
Oh, at this point, I mean, we've been talking now for a couple minutes, so it's been 15 minutes or so.
Okay. You want to get a to-go box for your breakfast?
Oh, now you want it to go?
Hey, I'm paying money for this. Like, I can.
Come on, man, we're your best customers.
Yeah.
I'll charge you by one
I'll
shin
take
for...
the coffee to go to.
You can also, I can just eat it on the way and give the plate back, and that's like great.
That reminds me, actually, I've got a bunch of crockery and cutlery and stuff along to you I've been meaning to bring back.
God damn it.
Yeah. That's because you don't like giving out to-go boxes and whatnot.
I don't, but then I should have a return policy, like a checkout, like a library,
you don't get all your
don't...
glasses for free from the people who produce the drinks and...
What?
No?
You gotta get a sponsorship now.
You gotta get sponsorship.
Yeah.
Dude.
You should get those little coins you give out if you, like, if someone takes a plate, you get a little.
Oh,
Hey.
I'm not voting for that.
Hey,
That's
you know what?
bullshit.
Get out of my bar.
Sweet, let's
You're
go.
banned for the day. I want to see you tomorrow.
Thank you.
Stay dry.
Maybe, yeah, that's a good way for me to curb my drinking. Just keep getting banned for the day.
I am right now running on 3 intellect. That's why I'm very not like multi-thread mind, but like focus on one task. And my one task is writing what I'm writing. And I'm like, okay, these 2 gentlemen are on the mission. I will just follow them for a bit while I'm writing this.
A mechanical note, since you had essentially a long rest, all of your rest and recovery boxes are open again. So if you need to take a 1 action or a 10-minute recovery, you can do that.
Did you roll really
good to
badly?
know. Huh?
Did you roll badly for recovery?
Yeah.
Oh.
I rolled a 1.
Oh. 4
But-
times?
But if you take your action and drink that coffee, or the 10 minutes that it takes to get down to
I'll save
the
it.
aerodrome.
So I guess we're hopping in my flying troop carrier.
Yeah.
in the
Yeah,
bus.
so you're
Yeah.
driving and we're both sitting in like passenger seat, and on the back I'm just writing and you're just munching. You hold it.
Great object work today.
Yeah. Okay, yeah, so we're heading towards the aerodrome. Quickly as possible.
Yeah.
As is safe.
Are we? Hey, could you make like a little detour for me?
Oh, god damn it. For what?
Yeah. Past the. Oh my god, what was my language today? Telegraph.
Yeah, but can it wait? Because, you know, once if Victor gets on if he gets in a vehicle, he's gone. We gotta get him before he leaves.
Fair.
But if it's urgent, we can stop.
Yes. Telegraph or Lemurian embassy.
For
Is this gonna help
what's
us?
this? Yeah, what's this for?
Just do a detour.
We can drop you off and keep moving.
I will just drop this off.
Okay, we'll make a detour. All right.
Okay.
We detour.
So, in any of this location, I will just drop off fertile fields and forbidden passions, a harvesting machine, romance odyssey.
You're submitting your manuscript in the middle of a rescue
Our
mission?
friend
What the?
is being taken to into international air as
I
we
have
speak.
contracts to meet, and in this
Unbelievable.
manuscript, I am encoding my report that I have witnessed an active working spies that have been in the uniform.
Yeah.
I am not writing any conclusions. I'm writing exactly what I've seen. That I have been attacked by the two, and that they have arrested me, and they were wearing the uniform, and very objective about like Victor, that what we have been doing. And I report also on the bloody harvesting engine and the cycle. Like I had manuscript ready, so I was only encoding the information in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's sort of like the letter to your editor of like, here's
Yeah.
the notes and everything. Yeah.
Everything that's happening, and also about Victor being kidnapped, and I request further instructions.
You get there, and of course, at the it's sort of like this pylon. You know, those in Berlin we have those posts that have like the posters on them. It's this big cylinder with kind of like a rim on the top. This one, it's a gray textured stone, not splotchy like granite, but it's sort of like it is textured in slightly different strains of gray, but it has these intricate detailed runes and designs carved around the entire thing, and there are basically ports that people plug into, and they've plugged into little machines that have different ways of sort of spitting out like little different types of telegraphs, sometimes on like parchment, sometimes one of them like grows a plant and the leaves unfurl and the veins in the leaves have the messages. It's just a patchwork of different systems that have been plugged into this thing. And Aiden is there, of course, your friend, looking not great, about as not great as you today. Arm is kind of bandaged, but he's working there and he sees you. Ruta, hey.
Hello.
Oh, with everyone I see.
Inspiration struck me.
Great. Let me take that. Oh, hey, can I just a quick word?
Absolutely.
Yeah, and I'm not supposed to do this really, but he goes to a pile of stuff beside him.
Oh, I'm curious. Okay.
This one is for Cornelius. I was going to get a runner to try to find him, but it's from someone important, I guess.
I'll
if
just
you could
pass it.
Yeah, great. That would be great. Because it seems like you guys are off somewhere. And it's marked important, like urgent.
Love that.
Great. Are you getting into trouble?
Yeah.
I was shot yesterday. I got shot.
And you shouldn't be getting into trouble. And getting into trouble is, right now, my work.
But I'm supposed to keep you out of trouble.
Look, My work is to observe things and report things, and I need to...
Okay, go observe and record.
Victor has been... He's not there anymore. He left a note. He's either luring us into a trap, or he has been kidnapped.
Okay, cool. How do I find you and give you backup?
I'll be fine. I have these. And I point on the walker where you guys stood. Look at
Aiden, hope you're doing
his
good.
mustache.
Oh.
I mean, like, hello. I feel so sorry.
While this is happening, we clock it. I'm like, Cornelius, I know we don't know each other all too well, but can I ask a favor of you?
Sure.
I have a lot of trouble saying no to people,
Uh-huh.
especially attractive women. Can you maybe give me just a little dig in the ribs next time it looks like I'm being manipulated or used, or maybe full on just slap me in the face.
Okay, so you wanted me to like anti-wingman you.
Yep.
Okay, I can do that. I can do that.
Beautiful way of putting that. Thank you, Cornelius.
The question that I have is how well is Cornelius able to spot this?
Absolutely not. 0% chance.
Aiden, it's like, all right, lots of confidence there.
I'm gonna
You
hug
go.
Aiden.
Ow, okay. It's good. Not too tight.
You think those two have a thing going on? Because it looks like there's like chemistry
Oh,
there.
that'd be sweet. Well, no, I mean, sorry. Absolutely not. I'm sure. I don't know what the right thing is to say here.
Neither do I. I don't know what I was fishing for. I'm sorry.
Being curious is a part of my work. I see an important letter. Is there a way for me to like super quickly break the seal and read it? I do have tools.
You're kind of in an open space with a lot of people watching.
I will not do that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna hug Aiden and go.
Oh, yeah. Just get in touch when you're back.
Do you think his arms are bigger than my arms?
I think there's so much potential with you to grow your arms that it wouldn't even matter.
I make like with a Aiden, I'm like make sure that hug is like as friendly, like you know this hug where you touch shoulders and not the chest.
Oh, that was awkward as fuck. Okay, we're good.
I go back to Walker and letter.
Oh, nailed.
Telegram from Emerald.
Ouch.
Says, Cornelius, need to see you immediately. Urgent business. Theft of artifacts.
Okay, theft of artifact, kidnapping a friend. I think I'm gonna go kidnapping a friend. I have to send a telegram back.
Damn. When it rains, it pours.
Everyone needs help today, hey? I want to send a telegram back being like, hey, I don't have a great history of writing telegrams. I'm trying to be nice this time. Hey, friend kidnapped. Don't know when I'll be home.
Are you writing that to Emerald?
I will say that I love them and can't wait to see them at the end. Give me some. Give me a
No, that's
moment.
not a relationship advice. Don't write about what's happening with Victor.
Then what do I say?
Wait, why do I want to keep it secret?
Yeah.
It feels like it should be a secret, but
Why
really.
are you
I
two so
don't know.
secretive?
My intuition tells me. Look,
It's my telegram.
this is teamwork now. We have established that you're not great at writing telegram. What I'm saying is that maybe Victor is not who he says he is, in a good way, or maybe in a bad way. And if it's in a good way, then we will get him into trouble.
Okay. Look, I'll just say I also have an emergency. Sorry.
And
Yeah.
also, under
Bigger
no
emergency.
circumstances, she
Yeah.
has to go to police with this Victor stuff.
Okay. All right. There's a bigger emergency that's come up. I will get in touch with you as soon as it's safe to. And then help you with that. I love you. Can't wait to see you. Cornelius. I think that's better than last time.
Quick
Yeah.
question. I can't remember. Does Dale know that Ruta has Victor figured out as his secret identity? Because if not, then you've just kind of revealed to me that you know that. Because I know that he's got.
I
the
was
secret identity.
going to reveal this to you.
Okay. But
Yeah.
this is the revelation to me. So I'm obviously looking
I'm
at you
gonna
like.
do this right now.
Okay.
This is how I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this, and then I'm gonna fuck it. And I get out his uniform and his documents.
Where'd you get that?
Oh, that's not good.
Where did you get that?
In Victor's room.
Oh, that's real
No,
bad.
it's not. It's
Did
not
Victor
like. It's
give
not
you-
like that. No.
I'm not saying it. I'm
This
saying
is.
that you.
I'm gonna say this is walk and talk. You're on the way
Yeah. Get
to the
fucking
aerodrome.
back.
I've set up my
You broke into
Yeah.
Victor's place and you stole his personal effects.
Yeah.
To what end? Is this your mission?
Hey, what about the whole, like, that's a Milandian uniform? That was Victor's.
It has holes in it.
Well, every uniform does.
Hey, Dale, do you want to tell us about it? Have you known that we have a Milandian who's pretending to be local here?
Yep. So,
You.
as you know, I worked search and rescue in the
This
war.
is state security.
Oh, which state? The security of which state are you concerned with, Ruta?
The allegiance. The alliance.
Sildafen, here, where you're from as well, yeah?
Why do I feel like you two both know a whole lot more than I do about a lot of things?
We are putting you up to track.
So, I
Wait,
worked...
hold on. Do I want to know this? Can we just take... I don't mean to be paranoid, but can we just remember who I'm engaged to? Do I need to know this?
You are engaged to Emerald.
Yes. A powerful Sildafen family.
Okay, well,
We are good. We are allies.
my information, I think, is pertinent. Basically, I worked search and rescue, as you know, in the war. We were supposed to only rescue our own, but I couldn't leave a man behind, even if they were on the other side.
That makes sense.
I rescued a Milandian. He was looking all beat up. He had interdimensional holes blowing in his body. I couldn't just leave him there. I rescued him. We became friends. That's Victor. It's not his real name.
Do you know it wasn't staged?
Would have been a really long con if it was.
A pretty long con. He has saved my life more than once since then.
was-
So if it was staged, it's water under the bridge.
It was also an enormous sort of disaster known in the war.
Yeah, it was the disaster at Sodden Hill. So I mean, that's that's a pretty big false flag to pull off.
For those of you who are remembering what this was a notable moment where it was mostly the neighbor to Sildefen's north, Belfacia, their air navy supported by some of the Milandian ships. There was like one or two Milandian ships that probably shouldn't have been there, but they were there for some business. And the Sildafen Navy and some enormous Numenera device went off either properly or improperly, but basically obliterated a valley with interdimensional tears and took out most of the ships. And so it was a massive casualty event in the war.
And look, Victor's trying to rebuild his life here. Okay, he's finally found peace.
Don't get me wrong, but his activity is extremely suspicious. He is writing a very pacifistic poetry.
Well, if something like that happens to you, then I can imagine that you would.
It's his only outlet for the horrors that he experienced during the war.
And also everything that he's done for us so far. He's been with us. I don't know. I mean, he doesn't feel like an enemy.
Honestly, he doesn't feel like an enemy.
With respect, I trust Victor more than I trust either of you, which is a lot.
Or
That I must I don't see an enemy in him. Like from just intuition of me, I think that he's just a sweet guy and he's in trouble. But it might be that this has all been just a brilliant operation of planting someone whose activity specifically goes in line with my land foreign policy and foreign interests. but like look at what has been going on around him. This is extremely suspicious.
Well, if it is, then
that's why I was being on his tail.
Okay.
And by the way, Emerald, we're in the same boat. We're like, yeah. We're working on the same side of good and evil.
Okay.
I feel like maybe, if we're all getting our cards out on the table here and being honest about our intentions and who we are, maybe we all should do exactly that. I don't know.
It's 9 a.m.
All right. Look, the most pressing thing we can all agree that the most pressing thing is that we got to get Victor fast. I swear.
Yes.
And doesn't it just sound like there's a chance someone is trying to take him back to his home? Like, kidnap him back to his home?
I mean,
is that too big of a leap? Like, it could be either that or that.
Why would he have left a note if he was deliberate? If he was trying to give us a slip, he would not have left a note.
Into a trap.
Well, let's dive headlong into that trap.
Yeah.
Let's do that.
All right.
Let's take the odds.
You get down toward the aerodrome. The rain is coming down. In the meantime, what's going on?
I've been there, like,
Yeah.
I'm not putting up any resistance. So, like, I try to start talking to Torath about this symbiosis thing and, like, what his plans are. Is he, what kind of research are you going to, like, put me to when we get back to my island?
Well,
Might as well know that.
I don't know how much I should tell you, to be honest, because you're
Listen,
so
Torath,
resistant.
Like, I'm half your size. You can overpower me anytime. Like, there's nothing I can do to, like, get out of this. I'm going back to my island, so just might as well catch me up before I get there.
Make some sort of like deception roll. It's going to be an intellect task, just to put it sort of again, it's a challenging 15 target for you, just to try to ease him.
Okay.
Because he is a bit suspicious at the moment. He doesn't quite have a trust in you.
I'll reduce that to a 12. 13.
13. He breathes heavily as sort of the walker is going down the hill. He says, look, what we saw yesterday, this, what was it? This Proges, yeah. That's a key, right? We know from our history and our research, sometime in, I don't know, they say maybe it was the 5th age or the 6th age, everything went back to nature. Like, that was the wonder that they worked there, was they just reintegrated back to nature. They took all of this civilization and they turned it back. It might have been earlier. There's some people who say it was probably earlier, but this was from that. We don't know. So much was lost from the ages before then because of how world shifting that was on the surface of the world. But then to have this vision of them digging underneath and finding something, it lines up with the idea that there might be a heart of the world, that there is something deeper that we can find, so we can really harness it and find our potential and uplift everybody and maybe escape this cycle of building and collapse and constant fight with our environment. You know, this is not a safe place to live. People die from natural hazards and unnatural hazards all the time out there, and we can.
I know, like, you know what happened to me, like, you know, like, look at my bones, like, you can't actually look at my bones, but believe me.
We have medical technology where I could look at your bones.
Like, this is what happens when you, like, mess around with things that you don't understand. Like, you're talking about the heart of the world. That sounds pretty.
It's a mythical theory, okay? The heart of the world. But this was the first evidence that I've ever encountered that it might be something real. Okay. And yeah, we're messing around, but do you know what that was? that exploded, I don't know very much, okay? It was what you were doing out here was classified. I have a vague idea of where you were going, and we're gonna try to, while I've got you, maybe we can get over there and finish the work that was started. Maybe it's a bit easier without a war going on. But that was an object that was laying on the surface of the world that somebody picked up and repurposed into a bomb. And it exploded and it killed thousands of people. And that's just laying around in the world all over the place. That's what we're trying to fix. All of this trash and hazard and artifact left over from the previous ages that has polluted this world. That's what...
Wait, do I know what my mission was?
You were headed to a... basically, there's many different types of sort of archaeological sites. And there was one that people had an interest in getting to, and you have this training to be able to feel energy. And so you had been drafted into this program.
So it was an archaeological site, and I don't have any idea why it was interesting.
It was interesting because it was an old site from the Gorelex Bracarchy, which is the sort of governmental civilization that occupied. Sildefen was on the edge of it, but mostly it occupied the crater region right next to it. This enormous, hundreds of kilometer long, like in diameter crater. From something a long time ago, and this the Bracarchy was there, and the Bracarchs, their philosophy, where Myland says let's go into the planet, the Bracarchs had this idea of if we reject thought and try to escape the planet and try to escape consciousness and empty ourselves, then we can find our own enlightenment. And so they had sort of like an opposite direction from where Myland came from, but the seed was the same, of like, how do we escape the pain of living in this tortured world?
Yeah. I mean, at the mention of going back to the site where I had this like traumatic incident happen to me, I'm panicking. I don't want, and especially not at the end of a gun, to like be taken back there. Can I see Dale's transport from the walker by any chance?
It's raining hard. You're at the aerodrome. Folks are starting to get out of the vehicle, and there's a small aeroplane of some sort, like flying vehicle there, sort of like, again, these sort of like bulbous compartments and like asymmetrical wing pieces sticking out of it and propellers, and the winds are whipping. They pull out of the back of the walker this sort of long box, like bigger than a person. A person could fit in that box, and they pull it out and they load it in these guys. There's a couple more folks who come dressed in rain gear. You don't see, they're 15 minutes behind you or 20 minutes behind you. And so everything is sort of getting set up in this vehicle. He says, "Look, I don't know what happened to you out there, but you, as from what I understand, you didn't even make it to the site. You guys were because it was in the Sildefen reach. We thought we could get to it, and we were surprised that the Navy was there, and we're gonna get there now. There's no Navy to worry about. Everything's calmed down."
But like the artifacts are still there everywhere. There's mines like these, bombs like these everywhere.
Exactly.
And I don't want to go back into that. Can't you see? This is terrifying to me. I mean, why did you send some other group? Like, this is why I didn't want to go back to Mainland. Like, you keep sending me on things like this that I don't want to do. I don't want to, like, research the Gorex Bracarchy.
You are... I feel sorry for you, honestly. We had so much hope together, so many big ideas, and then I don't know what happened. You went off on a grand mission and this was such a chance. And to be honest, I was jealous that you got to go and do something like this. And
I was excited about this too. And then when you get there and you see all of this death and destruction around you, things changed, okay? Things changed that day for me, and I don't ever want to go back there.
nobody wants to go back to the death and destruction. Nobody wants to go back to it. We're on the same side.
Why does it not feel like that? You're kidnapping me.
Because you've been running from it. You've been running from it, and you haven't turned around and faced what you need to face in order to get over it. You're afraid, and we need to act without fear. Just get in.
Okay, I think I need to buy some more time. I don't think I'm going to be doing it by talking. So, can I cast a water on myself to prevent them from? Oh, or maybe my new ability of push. I'm going to start trying to, knock these people back.
Whoa, I know push.
Apparently, I can do this.
Yeah, so you can push him you think that you could push him 10 to 15 feet away from you.
Is this a magical ability or literally just a push?
It's a telekinetic.
Oh, it's like a force
shove.
push.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's way
It's
more.
tackle in Pokemon.
Yeah.
I think it's way more
Slam
funnier to think that you just learn to push.
Yeah.
To that
Oh, I
you
can
allow
do things.
yourself. Yeah.
Wait. Actually, I think there's something cooler I could do. Oh no, but this is kind of mean. So I have this thing, a tiny awl with a dark wooden handle, which inflicts no pain when it pierces flesh.
Yeah.
Can I?
It's an oddity.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
What can I do with it? I don't want to pierce Torad's flesh, but
There's 5 people around also
Okay.
loading the.
Okay, then I think I'll just I'll try to force push them
Okay.
away. Yeah.
Okay, you can target one person at a time, but Torath is the person closest to you.
Okay. I'll try to just force push them away, and it's dark and it's rainy, so I try to take cover behind some boxes.
Yeah, I mean it's pouring now, so you've been given some sort of cloak, but your nose is dripping, water is dripping from everywhere, and you can of course do it. Make me again, it's a challenging roll, 15.
To hide, right?
To push him. It costs you 2 intellect points.
Yeah.
So you have an edge of 1. So it costs you 1 intellect point to use it.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can shove him 10 to 15 feet.
Yeah. Okay, I'm just gonna roll straight.
12. Okay.
Okay. Can I still try and run away from him?
Yeah, you lash out with this, and you turn to run, and I'm going to offer you an intervention. So I'm offering you 2 XP.
Okay.
And if you take it, I get to sort of...
Yeah. All right, I'll take it.
Okay, so give 1 XP to someone else, and you take 1 of the XP.
Anyone running particularly low? Or?
I mean, we just got some. I'm good.
Yeah. Well, Tetiana.
Thank you.
You lash out he...
Do a normal push.
No, you lash out with this telekinetic mental energy. It's sort of part of your ward, which you have around you all the time. This is just a mental reflex that you have. You try to lash out with it, and he just kind of essentially cuts through the force of it using his own mental abilities, whatever power he has, and you spin around, and there is a guy. You just run smack into this guy's chest, and he grabs you and wraps your 2 arms behind you, and he's like, "You want me to tie him up?" And Torath looks at you, and he's like, "Do we have to do this the hard way?"
I know. I mean, okay. Like if I'm not going to make you listen to reason, yeah, okay. I'll just come with you.
No. You don't think I'm listening to reason? I don't think you're listening to reason. Look, I think at the end of the day, the most important thing is your mom misses you. We'd love to have you home, so we're going to make a detour on the way. And they march you on the plane. Propellers spin up. You guys get down to this, the aerodrome in your bus, your van, in time to see this lone, small, chunky aircraft sort of like moving, and it kind of like lifts off sort of over you as you approach the aerodrome, and you watch it going up into the air, into the just like this storm.
Is this craft like? Is it clearly like more powerful and more long distance than my own? Is it like more like an airplane versus a bus, which mine is? Is it?
Yeah. But it is. You watch it as it banks. It banks toward, not in the direction of my land. It banks toward the north, so it's headed for the northern ridge of the valley.
Okay. Is it worth trying to pursue? Is what I'm asking.
You could follow it.
Okay.
Could we? Sorry, I'm just thinking. Like, could we get a better plane? I'm wondering if just because, like, you know, Cornelius has some.
Do you fly them? Can you fly?
I can't fly them, but I know people. I'm flying all day, every day, baby. I gotta.
There's some sort of like.
Catchphrase, love it.
Before we do that, can we look? Is that vehicle? Does it have windows? Is it possible to see something?
I mean, it's got like bubble canopy and like a cargo area.
Dale, do you have binoculars?
Yeah, I would do, wouldn't I?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Somewhere in here.
This is a difficult task, more than difficult. It's raining. This vehicle is getting up high. You can pull out some sort of binocular.
Just like reasons
as
for
a
us to believe that like Victor is there, or like
Yeah.
we just see one random airplane.
Is this like an intellect roll then?
It is. I mean, you see one random airplane. You see, but that's the only airplane that's taking off right now. There's no other airplanes out.
Okay. I'll do it sans effort, I guess.
Well, remember you can help each other. One person can help.
I have a glass panel that has to be held up against the surface, but I would destroy this to see what's.
But you can't get it on the plane, so.
Fair.
Yeah, just grab the wheel while I do this.
So let's take a help action to steady you with this. So we're gonna drop it from an 18 to 15. It's raining.
I mean, I think this is our only lead, so I'm not going to waste effort on it. I'm just going to try and roll it.
But I'll give you grades of what you can see.
7.
7. What you do recognize is that the sort of like home colors on the airplane are Belfastian, so they're from the neighbor to the north. There's a walker parked on the side of the runway, just left there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think this has got to be it.
Okay.
I can't see shit, but let's just go.
In this?
I mean, you got a better idea?
Well, yeah, I was gonna see. Well, no, none of us can fly, can we? Can you fly?
Well, can I? Let me see. I mean, I can certainly drive what I'm currently driving, and navigation is one of my skills. But I'm not good at understanding Numenera. So I don't know where that leaves me with flying an aircraft.
One moment,
can
I have a
get you-
technical note. Someone says, I think Victor's mic is off. We can hear him okay, but not great.
Oh.
It's low. Can you move it up on your shirt?
Sure. Is this better?
Talking
Hello? Yeah, is this better?
We'll see if it's
Okay.
better.
Yeah.
And we can bump the volume.
I
a little
did.
bit. Great, awesome. It looks like on my thing, it looks like it's coming in at a good level. Better. Thank you. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thanks, chat. So.
Yeah,
let's go
can I
back.
fly the type of craft that we may be able to commandeer? I mean, I would have flown bigger things than this in the war, like you know, troop carriers and stuff.
I would say you two working together, possibly. You could. There's the emergency like recovery vehicles that are also like
That's
sometimes
what I was thinking, yeah.
flown in difficult weather like this. They're sort of more like more similar to this vehicle that that Dale has, but Dale's is a bit rough and older.
Yeah, I wanted to then go see if I could just use my authority as a search and rescue worker.
I think I have a disguise kit.
Yeah.
Can we like create something like uniforms and use your authority? And I will just like face morph into something that looks like a default soldier.
Sure.
I mean, just to set this, you're watching this plane. It's lifting off. They don't travel fast, but you're watching it diminish in the
I don't
sky.
think we have time. I think we gotta just follow this.
Get out of here.
I love the idea, but it's disappearing into the clouds, right?
Basically, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
I will face morph into a different face.
Okay.
What does it look like?
That guy who was selling candians.
Oh, yeah.
What was his name?
The you mean the guy who was stealing these things?
Yeah.
Yeah. What was his name? That was a while back.
Hamish Delfolio?
Yeah.
Michaelis Mitchell?
I think it was Hamish.
Oh, Sander, the fence. I've written Sander, fence.
Let's take Hamish. I think
Okay.
Hamish was the young guy
Hamish
who was
Delfolio.
stealing them and like putting them in the basement.
Crap. It always gives me a fright when you do that. That's fucked up. Okay, let's go.
So it is slower. It's not.
Wait, why am I? No, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna be one on intellect. Fuck.
You can
Sorry.
you
Sorry
can
for wasting
you
your
can
time.
use your recovery actions.
That's time. Hot yeah. Baby.
So you
Give
take
the
a
benefit
moment.
of the massive breakfast that.
Yeah, I
Feels a
finished
little
the
bit.
coffee.
Yeah.
And that's your one action recovery. So you still have 3 more.
I want to turn to Cornelius. I'm like, remember that time that you jumped out of this thing onto another moving vehicle?
Like it was yesterday.
Yeah, I mean, that was pretty cool. How you feel about that kind of maneuver? Is that
Well, I'm sure I could do that again.
okay? All right, just thought I should ask this time
Yeah.
first. Okay.
This thing you're pushing, you have to push your vehicle. You're not going to catch up with this, but you can kind of keep it. It's moving.
Wait, we're not stealing a better vehicle. We're just.
No.
Then I'm not doing this. Sorry. Why the fuck would I do that?
Just wanted to wear a different face.
I just want to use my abilities. Sometimes.
You head up and up and up into the clouds, both of you. You're not restrained. The guy sort of like shoved you on, pinning your arm behind you, and then they closed it up and they sort of let you go. There's a pilot, co-pilot. There's 3 other guys in there. They're armed. There's this big box, sort of like long and narrow. Looks like you could fit in it.
Okay. Can I do a quick scan on that?
Yeah, you can.
Yeah. Let's do intellect.
Yeah, make me a roll. Let's say we're gonna say that it would be a target DC of 9.
9. 14.
14. There is something in there that is definitely an energy source, or not an energy source, but it has an energy to it. It's a bit of Numenera sort of feel. There's a network. Oh, it's almost like there's a up near the top. There's kind of this small concentration, and then there's this network that seems very, very faint of like little branching your mind can follow it, and you get this almost like seed with roots image of it. But beyond that, it's hard to tell exactly. Like there's something familiar with it, but it's hard to tell without looking to attach the mental shape to the physical object. But there is something going on in there. In addition, there's you kind of get the feel of like, okay, there's the box and there's the stuff that's not got energy to it, and then in another portion of it, there's a block that just has a faint hum of its own, very different from the other piece, but it's just sort of this like full chunk of something like big, and where the other one was this kind of like delicate connection, this one is this block of like it has its own tune that it's humming in a way.
Okay. Don't know what to do with that. Is that can I see the pilot? Is there any way that I can like get to him, cause some like slowing down on our trajectory?
I mean, there's two guys up front. Folks are buckling in. They've put you toward the back of the vehicle. There's 3 other guys kind of waiting for you, like just sitting there, kind of like buckled in as well. There are bubble canopies on this. There is one bubble canopy that's kind of like got a little cannon sort of sticking out of it, of like a defensive piece. You do see it has like Belfastian sort of writing in it as well. So you clock it as, oh, this is a Belfastian vehicle. You've seen these. They had them in the war when your group met up with Belfastia. And so you're flying along. It seems, I mean, risky if you wanted to interrupt the pilots of a flying vehicle.
Yeah. But I don't think there's any other way y'all are catching up unless I do something here.
Hard for you to say at the moment, right? You guys are able to trail this thing, but it is at a very far distance. If you want to make me like an intellect roll, it's a challenging roll. It's a 15, and this is just sort of like you can like look out of the canopy and try to spot if anybody's following you.
Okay, I'll try that. 15.
15.
Exactly.
You do see. You're sort of like looking around to figure out what you can do, and you look out and you see. I don't know if you'd have the running lights on for your vehicle or if you would turn them off. But
I would recommend to turn them off.
Okay.
The plane that you're following has their running lights on. They're trying to fly legit. Nobody else is taking off in the storm. It's being buffeted and your vehicle's like rocking around. But you look out and you see in and among the clouds as you're coming up through this storm, there is just this tiny little speck of like a vehicle in a profile that you recognize. It's Dale's van coming up.
Finally, friends. This is what they do.
You end up at some point. You break the cloud level up out of the storm.
Can I try to do something?
Yeah.
So, with turning the lights off, can I try to like disguise our vehicle?
What's your plan?
So it's raining right now.
Yeah.
Put a
The
wig on there.
visibility.
Some lipstick on the front grille.
Fake glasses.
Maybe we can seduce their vehicle.
I was thinking about it. Look, if in your skills you have seduction, everything is there. But like I have a disguise kit. I wonder if I have any like drapes that would just like gray fabric that I can like go in the window up and just like so we're less visible in the gray sky.
To throw it over the vehicle. I'm just gonna like reality check it. You're
Okay.
traveling at more than highway speeds,
Okay.
so
Yeah.
it would add drag, at the very least.
I mean, are you trying to say that she can certainly try?
Can I make our vehicle less visible with either?
You can. Here's what you can do. You can make a combined check, and just give me a roll. I'm gonna say because of the weather, it drops it down to a 9, and then working together to sort of be like, no, slow down. Oh, what about behind this cloud, like this sort of thing, like
So more stealth rather
Exactly.
than disguise.
exactly.
Yeah.
So
I've got tracking and navigation as two of my skills, so like
amazing.
I would know about this stuff.
So
Yeah, so we can just like we know where
Yeah.
the blind spots are on the, and we will just like maneuver
Yeah.
in their blind spots.
yeah,
I will stop you trying to crawl out of the sunroof though at these speeds.
it's pouring and you're traveling at like 100 kilometers an hour, and you reach for the sunroof to open it.
Can you put your seatbelt on, please?
Sorry, I can't sit still. That coffee is really working. It just-
I understand.
Roll me. Your target is 6 with everything.
Oh, what am I? Okay, 13.
13. Yeah,
Fancy
it's
dice
not
tray
right.
you got.
And you rolled a 15 to spot them, so
Yeah.
it works out fine. You
Okay.
see this.
Okay.
Yeah.
It isn't.
Okay, I'm just bad at rolling dice.
I have one more plan to cause some disruption about this aircraft.
Yeah.
I want to go to the bathroom. I say need to pee. Is that a thing on this? Is that like a corner that I can go to and I won't be seen?
There's a bucket
Yeah. I'll,
with a cap, a lid on it.
Uh-huh. Can I get some privacy while doing this?
Go in the corner and turn around.
Okay. I'll go in the corner. And I have this. There's no like actual room though. There's no like sectioned off part. Of
No,
this.
it's a.
Do
sort of-
I see any sort of like parachute type device?
Make a luck roll for me.
that would be brilliant. So good.
A luck roll.
7.
No, you don't
Nope.
recognize
No
anything that
parachutes.
looks like a
Oh,
parachute.
Jesus. My idea is basically to blow a hole in the side of this aircraft.
And get yourself sucked out.
If it was in a bathroom, then maybe that won't work. Can I shove the bucket in there?
In the.
No, it's not a point.
Is there a large sheet? We could just grab it.
Well, no, I have no idea. I just take a leak and I come back. Can I roll for that?
To take a leak? Does Victor have problems with it? Is it difficult?
Under these circumstances, I think anyone would have problems.
I'm not gonna ask you to roll to
Okay.
pee.
That's my roll. Hope that helps.
Would that be a speed roll?
I think I might roll in this case.
You can't spell speed without P.
It's true. Speaking of puns and stuff, Society Dad in our chat wrote Cornelius, Dale Pickle, Ruta Bega Victuals? Like they're all food puns. So thank you, Society Dad.
Dale Pickle. Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that the name of the dad in Rugrats?
Yeah, pickle.
I don't know. That's been a while.
Okay.
I just invented the perfect disguise. We should have disguised as a cloud.
As a cloud.
Oh.
If you
It's-
like
The
have
reason-
like a cigarette and like blow out enough smoke, create like a little cloud around it.
Oh yeah.
No smoking.
There is a USSR version of Winnie the Pooh when he sings a song of like, I'm a cloud, I'm not a bear, I'm not a bear, I'm a cloud, and that's his disguise, like singing a song.
Fine. Smart.
It's like the I'm invisible, I'm invisible, I'm invisible.
Yeah. Sorry, go on.
You come over, so in the navigation that you are following, you pass over a couple of valleys and you come out of the Sildefen area. There's sort of like this region between Sildefen and Belfacia that's kind of disputed at the moment. After the war settled down, people don't really agree on which valley is where, and some of the city-states want to have their own spaces, but in this case, you pass out of the storm, or you see the storm ending as you're passing out of it, and you see their vehicle going up, rising up. And I don't know if your goal is to stay hidden or if you want to break the clouds.
Yeah, I think so.
So basically what happens is you see them rising up and you're about to lose sight of them. The mountainside starts to come into view and you have to pull up sharply, and you come up as well, but you come up out of it after they're over that ridge. And I'm going off of your successful check from earlier, which was sort of like track and follow at the same time. And you come up to the peak of this mountain, basically. It's a big open peak with essentially like one of these mountainside runways, which are constructed in a very particular way to allow planes to land on a mountainside. I believe that they're quite gravelly, so that as the plane lands in it, it sinks in, and then you can pull the plane out and take off from another runway. But this allows you to land on a very short runway. And you see this plane land up there, and there's a structure up on the top of this mountain poking out above the clouds. And you guys land up there.
What the heck is that?
Do any of us know what it is?
Make me a like an intellect roll. This is history. I'm gonna say it's a difficulty. Are any of you proficient in history?
No.
For you, for Ruta, I would say that it's a difficulty 12. And for the others, then it's going to be a 15. 18.
18?
18.
8.
8.
I also
Yeah, go for it.
11.
11. It would have also been a lower difficulty for you because of...
I've been here before.
You haven't been here before, but it was somewhere that you were hoping to get to back in the day. This is the temple above the clouds. It is a meditation spot that was sort of a sacred location for the Gorelex Bracarchy. This idea, the Myland, of course, for Victor coming from this symbiosis, the Bracarchs, one of the things that they tried to do in order to get this sort of like emptiness of mind was to get as far away from the surface of the planet as possible. This is one of the highest peaks in the Todorum Mountains in this region, and it's one of the reasons why the Bracarchy expanded out of the crater into the mountains, was because it gave them access to these locations. They built this temple in the remains of another Numenera site from a previous age, and so they built upon other technology that has built upon other technology. And you see here there's a collection of buildings around essentially a big cupped shape, and in the middle of the cupped shape it's like this smooth surface, and in the middle of this cup there's a spire that from a distance it looks like a spike, like almost like a dish with a spike sticking out pointing up.
Is there anywhere to land that would be inconspicuous, or is it just this gravel runway?
Make me a like search roll. Let's say it's an intellect task. It's going to be difficulty. There's not much up here, so it's a difficulty 15.
And does my tracking and navigation skills come into it?
Yeah, make it a 12.
Okay, I'll spend some effort as well.
Cool. So it's a 9.
9. Oh, that's a 4.
4.
Okay.
It's rocky. There's a reason that there's this specifically constructed little mountainside airport up here.
Damn, so... Okay. What do we do? We either
Blow our cover.
full-on assault, blow our cover, we're we're fighting whoever we're fighting, or
Well, maybe it doesn't have to be a fight. Maybe we could just be like, hey, reason our way through it.
disguise time. This is an old.
So do we put a wig on the vehicle? Is this the time?
Well, if that'll, we got to make it look like you're some sort of meditation guru. Is what I'm thinking.
And we're the
Like this?
bodyguards.
Exactly like that.
I just avatar the last airbender.
Nice. Suddenly, white lady with dreadlocks.
Yes.
Yeah. Does that make sense? Does that
Yeah.
make sense? Is that what we're doing?
And we're followers.
I guess. Do we know enough about this place to bullshit that we're supposed to be here?
I have no idea where we are.
Okay, this is an old, kind of an old temple of sorts. This is the, I believe it is the temple above the clouds.
Okay. Then.
You passed that roll as well, so you know what it is, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can we just pretend that we're tourists on kind of is it like a pilgrimage, just to kind of, we just decided we're gonna visit?
Yeah,
We
I'm
pretend
gonna
really important.
I'm
He's
gonna
seen
take
all
like
of
a
you.
hippie costume out of my disguise kit, put the peace sign, and like slap it on the top front of our vehicle to make it the
It's just a
the
VW
hippie
badge.
wagon. Exactly.
What?
He's seen you guys.
Who has?
Tarath has
Oh, really?
at the thing. at
Shit.
the-
I'm aware of that. Am I aware? Are we aware of that?
Wait,
Yeah,
he's not
you-
seen me though. He's seen.
Oh, you don't know it's exactly him, so yeah, maybe you don't know.
Yeah, would I know that this is who we're after? I can't remember.
Yeah, we didn't know.
I mean, hard to know. Does Ruta? Do you have like? Do you? I don't think you know who it was, because you didn't write best friend. In
I do
your
not
note.
know. I do
Yeah.
not.
So you just know that he's been kidnapped. He's been put in a Belfastian plane and flown here.
He specifically said that he's been kidnapped by Mylandians.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I know of existence of multiple Mylandians.
Yeah.
Him, the spies,
Yeah.
and his friend. Could I have noticed the accent and the barkeep told us that he was dressed.
Yeah. He did describe a person who looked like
Yeah.
fit the description
So
of
he
this
saw
person you
all
saw
of us.
the day before. Yeah, he did.
Yeah. Can I disguise those two?
What's your?
I
Is
have a
it?
disguise kit.
I mean-
face morph is only for me,
Yeah.
I believe.
You can make a roll on your disguise kit, and we'll use that to set sort of. We'll say it's a difficulty 12,
I have a skill in disguise.
so it's a difficulty 9.
18. And a 4.
You're working hastily. Hard to tell if it works. If we average the two of those together, it comes out in the middle, around 11, right? So you're in that range of like, is it gonna really fool this guy or not? You're not sure. You think you know who it is. You don't have any idea his capabilities, and so you come in. You bring this vehicle down for a landing. As you're watching folks, like they see your vehicle coming, so they move this this aircraft a little bit. You know, they get it out of the gravel a bit and move it so that you have a space to come in for a landing as well. Although your vehicle works a bit differently. It has hover, sort of like hovering Numenera attached to it, so you're able to sort of, and the gravel kind of kicks up around you and spits stones around, and you come in. But there's a group of like 5. There's the pilots, and there's 3 guys, and there's Torath, and so you see these 6 folks around, and Victor, and they're pulling out of this vehicle. They're pulling out this large box. Yeah, it looks like a casket of some sort. And they are, 2 of them are holding it, and they watch you come in, and they very clearly are holding weapons. And Torath turns to you.
What do you need me to do?
What's this? Do you know anything about this?
I mean, I see that they're this guy Soretta is attempting to.
I mean, you
and
see the
she looks
vehicle you
completely different.
recognize.
Yeah, I see the vehicle. I mean, I know they've been tailing me, and like now seeing them in their disguises and you're in a different face, I see what the plan is. Or at least like.
Why the air quotation?
I would maybe hang back in the vehicle, like,
Yeah.
because I've got my rifle, and maybe, you know, I'm no good at talking to people, so maybe I'll just keep my nose out of it.
I'll get out of the vehicle and start stretching.
I'll get out. No, I'm good at talking.
Like
to
I'm a
people.
hippie yoga lady. I'm like,
Start saging the vehicle.
I just kind of copy what you're doing to pretend to be like a follower of whatever you're doing, and I'm like, whoa, so cool to finally be here. Castle, the Temple in the Clouds.
I'm telling you, this is going to be groundbreaking.
I already feel, you know, just the energy of this place.
Attune to this. Attune to the energy. Touch the earth. Touch the earth. Mother, I feel you under my feet. Mother, I hear your heartbeat.
Can I get a deception check? It's a difficulty 15.
Can
I'm
I
not
use-
attracted to her at all.
I'll let one of you
That's when they're
assist
working.
the
Sorry.
other one.
Can I use my positive social interaction on this?
If you're leading the role, yeah.
Lies, trickery.
That better.
Can I use 2 skills on this?
Nope. But
Okay.
you can get you have training in lies and
This
Trickery.
is intellect, yeah?
yeah, and you're gonna get an asset, so you're gonna get an extra from Cornelius. So you're at 15, so that drops it down to 9, and then you can spend effort.
I want this to work.
Yeah,
Yeah?
So sorry, one roll?
yeah,
Okay.
because you're supporting.
Yeah.
So
I
this
feel
is
like
down
there's
to 6.
I
yeah?
feel like there's a version of assisting in this where you can roll, but I don't know that specific rule, and I'm not
This
gonna look
is
it
a
up.
6. I can roll a 6. What can go wrong? A 7. I am.
7 on the die.
Yeah, I'm in
Yeah.
dog pose.
Downward dog.
Yes.
I can't quite, like, I'm not quite stretchy enough for that, but I'm trying my best. I'm just planking, actually.
I like how you're getting your workout. Yeah.
Actually, doing the clapping thing where you, like, push yourself up and clap.
Torath turns around and he says, "Everyone, take it in. Go. I'll talk." He steps forward a bit. One of the folks stays behind. Hey, what's your business here?
I place my hand over his heart.
He does
and-
not step that close. Are you walking up
it
to him?
isn't- Yes.
Yeah.
In a very friendly way.
Sorry. What's your business here? We have some work to do. Are you
We're visitors.
your visitors?
Yeah, Temple in the Clouds. Big
Aren't we all
attraction.
visitors?
Well, that's a way to describe it, sure.
We're on a journey, and this is where the winds have taken us. And it's just really good to be here and feel the energy of the place, you know?
Do you feel it?
Yeah, you should join us. We're doing a whole, like, routine here.
You should join us.
Yeah, it's really good. Stretch the muscles, feel the energy.
Let me make a proposal to you, okay? We're here to do some stuff. We do our thing. We come out. We let you know. We're done. You can go in and enjoy it.
Sure. Sounds good. We'll just hang out here for a little bit.
Yeah.
Is it not still like pissing rain?
You're above the clouds
Okay,
at this
okay,
point.
okay.
It's cold, though.
You know what you get when you exercise patience? More patience.
It's good.
That's good.
That was Jacob. all improv is funniest when it's honest, right? That was me, like, being like, I would like to, at this point, I'm gonna, Dale, you hung back, right? You're still in your vehicle.
I'm just checking that my rifle is loaded.
Yeah. and you've got some sort of situational awareness. I'd like to offer you an intrusion.
Ooh, I love intrusions.
Okay, so 2 XP for you. You can
Oh,
pass
my
one to someone else.
Yeah. I'll give it to Cornelius. What did I? Yeah, okay. So I'm at 4. Yeah. And what's this? What's your intrusion?
Yeah, you hear a sound. You know, the doors open. You're sort of sitting there, like checking your rifle, sort of like peeking out, trying to stay a little bit hidden. And there is, because everyone else is talking and stuff, and you're more slightly toward the edge of the cliff, you hear this like animalistic skittering, loud, like heavier skittering than you would expect. You peek over the out behind the vehicle, and you see cresting the edge. It can only be described as a sky crab, basically. Bigger
crabs.
than you.
Sky crab?
Sky
it's almost
crab.
close to the true crab.
Sky
Are these
crabs.
true crabs?
No, these are not true crabs.
Are they winged?
They seem feathered or scaled, or they have some sort of like flowy texture to them that sort of like ripples as the wind passes over it and catches an iridescence, and they have kind of like an underside of their body that looks armored and scaled, and
What do
they've
I-
got these pincers.
Are these hazardous to humans? Do I know this?
They look well. There's one cresting the side, and it is almost the size of your bus. And there's a second one that crests the side, and a third one. They look big and dangerous. Are they hazardous to humans? Yeah.
Yeah. How far are we from the entrance to this building?
You're a couple hundred feet. I mean,
Are they faster than humans? They are, aren't they?
you can run.
Yeah. Is it safer in the? Are we gonna Jurassic Park it here? Is it safer in the van? I think it's safer in the van.
It's
They're gonna be able to tear the fucking van open if they're the same size and they're crabs. All right, I am gonna book it. I'm just like, fucking run, sky crabs! I'm just sprinting. I've got my rifle, but I'm just sprinting
Yeah.
past all of this.
Yeah, Tora.
Door's still open on the
here's
van.
this. He shouts over his shoulder, "Run, everyone, run!"
He distracted.
I mean, he looks over his shoulder and he turns back to look at the sky crabs, and he's reaching for a
The situation is that I see Victor, right?
Yeah, Victor's like heading toward the first building.
Distance, tell us.
The distance, it's going to be a long distance, maybe 2 long distances at this point. It's speed difficulty task to sprint. You're on a gravelly surface, so I'm going to increase the difficulty. And it would be a difficulty of, we'll say 9.
And how many people are with me?
There's 2 guys who are carrying this crate. There's another 2 guys with you, and there's 1 guy standing sort of like a couple feet back from Toroth, who hears this. Toroth is reaching and for a pistol and turning to run, and he says, "You gotta run!" He turns to you and he like tells you.
Okay. I have reasons to believe that this is like a Melandan person who's kidnapping Victor, that he's a foe. Yeah?
To some degree.
And he's distracted right now, yeah?
Hard to tell how distracted he is. He seems like all of a sudden his alertness has gone elsewhere.
Gonna slip a wing on him.
I'm just thinking that if we are running away from the crabs, you don't need to run faster than the crab. You need one person to run slower than you.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking of surprise attack, his knee.
Oh my god.
But like, are we in like entering combat situation? I think this is like a good chance to get Victor out. So in this, I think we are conversing. He's looking at the crabs, and I'm just gonna surprise attack, try to break his knee the other direction.
Yeah,
Oh.
I mean, you see like fear cross over his face as he looks over your shoulder, and
Yeah,
you
I'm
hear
like, I
Dale
see-
shout like, "Run!"
He's
Yeah.
distracted. I see a gun.
Uh-huh.
That's what I do.
Okay, make a roll. Your difficulty is 15.
So surprise attack gives me an asset.
This is Victor's friend, right? You can try to shatter his knee and get him eaten by... Okay.
You don't know that.
I really enjoyed being in disguise, but like this sounds like a good opportunity.
Alright.
I don't know if it's exactly a surprise attack. I would say if you want
From the lady I was playing.
Yeah.
if you want to make it a surprise attack because
Yeah.
he was a bit on guard regardless,
Okay.
I would ask you to spend 2 XP for a short-term benefit.
You know what? Maybe it's not worth it. I'll play along. I'll run.
Okay. You run. Everyone sprints. I would love for everyone to just make me a speed difficulty roll.
Oh, 19.
12.
10, 12.
Dale knows what can happen.
F4.
You
Pushing
Well, someone has to run the slowest.
Yeah.
you stumble and you fall in the gravel, and you see Toroth checks behind him, runs back a couple of steps, takes something from his belt and throws it. It detonates in front of the front crab. It stumbles back. He grabs you and picks you up and pushes
I
you
feel so bad. Which direction?
in the direction of the building.
Wow, I
You
feel so
go,
bad.
go, go! You run into the building. You slam the doors as these crabs follow you up against the doors. And that's where we're going to end the session.
Okay. How do you know that multiple things evolve into crabs?
Yeah.
Not everything. Not
We
everything.
had this conversation at the beginning of the planning for Numenera, and we decided that crabs, there was an argument about true crabs at one point.
Yeah, there's a bit of thing around the internet that nature always tries to evolve a crab.
Yeah.
And there's been convergent evolution. I think it's been overblown a bit. But it's a fun idea. There are kind of feathered crabs, I believe, but they exist like at the bottom of the ocean, and they
In
use
the-
the feathers to filter feed.
It's in like the Arctic or something.
Right, yeah.
So you end crowding into this sort of stale air of this entrance hall of these buildings on top of one of the tallest peaks of the mountain range around you, surrounded by foes, potentially, reunited in a sacred place for some ancient philosophies, and with some sort of quest being undertaken by some of the people here, and crabs on the outside, enormous sky crabs. These things some of them fly, some of them glide. These ones crawled up over the ledge and chased you in, and you can hear their claws sort of like scraping at the building, trying to find purchase or entrance to it. And we will end the session there. So thank you everyone for joining us. And this was the first episode of Chapter 2 of our Numenera campaign. You can always catch the video on YouTube and the audio on your favorite podcasting platforms. Probably tomorrow it will be posted. So if you really liked this, send it to a friend when you look it up tomorrow. That would be great. Our next stream is going to be on Sunday, November 19th, which is 3 weeks from now. That's right, everybody, right?
Yes.
Yeah, cool. If you enjoyed this story and want to consider to support our ongoing work, we of course have subscriptions on YouTube and here, and we also have a tip bucket at Ko-fi.
Yeah, Ko-fi.
Yeah, Ko-fi.
A pun on low fee.
There
I
we go.
suspect it's a German company,
I don't know.
given their punning
Yeah.
abilities and tendencies.
So Kofi is anyway. All of our socials are at Tails Held Deer on Instagram, YouTube, Kofi, Twitter, whatever. Does anybody have any particular announcements to make?
Catch us on December 15th, one more time for good measure.
Yeah, at the Comedy Cafe. We want to thank our partners. Some very
Not at Comedy
not comedy. Sorry, not Comedy Cafe. It's a different place.
800A.
800A.
The wonderful 800A in Vetting. Ticket links will be up soon.
I've
Follow
never
us
been there.
on Instagram for info on that. It's Tails Held Deer on Instagram and every social.
Yeah. Special thanks to some partners who lent us gear that makes this possible. Vincent Ron and Andrew Carter for some cameras and light equipment. Bear Radio for continued audio support. Thank you so much. You guys are great. Check them out at bearradio.org. And of course, Comedy Cafe Berlin. That's why it was there in my head. They also lend us camera gear, and we all perform there regularly. So look up their schedule and come find us in real life. And with that, we will...
They find us in real life.
Myself and Tetiana this Friday, 8 p.m. at Comedy Cafe Berlin.
There you go.
Yeah.
So if you're in Berlin, go see it. If you're not in Berlin, come to Berlin. Go see it. Thank you so much. We're very happy to have you here, and we'll see you next time.